Hello everyone, this is Gundy. This is my 2020 hunting guide. So let's get right into it because I don't want this to be 10 hours long. So who is this guide for? This guide's for everyone, lol. But it's very comprehensive, and if you're a new player, I'm sorry if I briefly skip over some details. I'm pretty jaded since I've been doing this for a while, so if something's not clear, you can always visit me at my Twitch. It'll be in the description below. Or you can message me in the Life Skill Discord and I'll clear it up. So I just want to talk about Odaletta real quick. Odaletta for NA is not out yet. Neither is EU. So this, I'm trying very hard for this video to not be obsolete. But I'm sure that the rotation will have a few tweaks in the future, but nothing massive. And I will be sure to cover that in the future if need be. But just for integrity's sake, Odaletta has not come out, and if you're watching this at the time Odaletta has come out, the new Matchlock would have made a difference, I'm sure of it. Alright, so just before we get started again, I just want to acknowledge some people. Khur, Dmuk, Bearist, Ithaqua, Vilu, Summer, Thell, Snow, Warflash, Day, Bairog, Incendar, Perelian, Neri, and Remember My Name. These people have either helped me with hunting directly, they've provided some tools that I've used indirectly. Some of you may not even know who I am, but thank you to all those people. And if you have none of those things, you're just a Chad hunter and I need to recognize real. Alright, so let's go on to the next topic. Why should you trust this guide over every other guide that's on the market right now regarding Khurs, Perelians, and other ones? My main thing is I'm Guru 3600. I've been doing this for about a month now. A year, sorry. I stopped last October for about 8 months due to schooling, but I picked up BDO 2 months ago because of COVID, and ever since then I've been trying to min-max this rotation. So this video will be going over Featherwolves specifically, but I'll be briefly going over the other aspects of hunting. But the main thing, I'm Guru 36 hunting. Other videos in the past are kind of deprecated. They don't go over many of the details that are important nowadays, but I'll be going over those later. So first thing people open any guide for is, what is the profit? How much profit do I make from hunting? So I'm just going to flat out say it's not going to be as good as gathering. Even at my level, it's nowhere near gathering's profit. I probably make around 140 to 150 mil after tax an hour. That's 1400 mastery. With people being at 1600 mastery, it's a pretty high amount. You'll be looking at about 160 mil after tax if you're doing the 5-10 kills an hour, which is the minimum for min-maxing this rotation. Alright, so other mobs. Specifically, I'll be going over Featherwolves in this video, so I won't be covering the other spots as much, but just briefly saying they don't give as much XP, they're not as fun, there's not a lot of information on the other ones, so they might be good. Khur has done some testing with llamas. His initial testing was llamas was half XP, about the same profit. Probably good for new players, but like I said, this is Featherwolf Guide. Go look for other resources for that. And sniping. This video will not cover sniping. If you're interested in that, there's probably other guides out there about sniping, but in this video I will not be covering over that. So why would you even want to hunt if it's not as much money as gathering? Well, hunting's very fun, as you'll come to see when I do the rotation. It has a very high cap for mechanics. You have to be good at the game to be good at hunting for the most part. It's more active life skilling. So gathering's more kill something in one hit, gather it, and then make billions of silver. This one's you have to shoot correctly, you have to watch out for other mechanics, you have to make sure you're not dying. There's a lot of fun in-depth mechanics to it. So also it's fun to min-max. The main reason I've been able to hunt this long is because it's still fun to min-max, and I'm not confident enough in the rotation for it to be said to be fully min-max, especially with Odalita coming out. Another reason is it's a nice community, especially in the Discord. There's a lot of helpful people in there. This life skill, there's not a lot of information about it, but when there is information, people are ready to give it to the community and people who are generally interested in hunting. And the main reason why I still hunt, it's fun, of course, but I hope that it gets better in the future. There have been some promising things that I'll be releasing in the future, but that's one aspect of why I still do it. Okay, so let's go into the components of hunting. I want to go over hunting versus whaling and Khalk killing. So, if you're not aware, these little bat symbol, Batman, that's Khalk. He's a hunting boss. And here is the blue whale out here, if I can find one. Alright, looks like there's not one out here unless I'm blind. But there's a little whale icon. It's a boss as well. So these are hunting related in the sense that you'll use a matchlock to kill it, but they are not affected by mastery. Whereas Featherwolf hunting is. But I will not be covering that in this video. Alright, so hunting spots. This is where Featherwolves is. It's north of Grana, northeast of Tooth Fairy Cabin, in this little crevice here in the mountain, right next to this castle. You'll see a bunch of Featherwolves on this bottom plateau, and then there's a top plateau with 11 more. Alright, so the matchlock. So when you're first starting out in this endeavor, you'll be going for the beginner matchlock. What I recommend for new players is to get a beginner matchlock, get it up to plus 10, and then hunt straight to professional 10. Once you're professional 10, you'll be able to get the plus 10 artisan matchlock, and you'll be using that until you get the Odalita matchlock. So this is the hard cap for hunting currently. Okay. So let's go over stats. Stats are a big part of hunting. Let me pull them up. So attack speed is your reload speed and your actual shooting speed of the matchlock. Movement speed is your movement speed, of course. Critical hit. So critical hit, you want it plus 5 because it allows you to critical hit the Featherwolves. I'm not sure about the amount of crit it gives you. Some people say it's about 20 to 25% of crit. I'm not too sure about that number. So those three are very important to get to plus 5. I'll show you how to do that in a bit. Gathering, you want plus 5, and luck for plus 5 for obvious reasons. You want to gather as fast as possible, and you want as much luck as possible for the monies. Alright, so how to get those stats. Let's go over that. So, to get those stats, I've tried basically every food rotation in this game to try to min-max this spot. What I will say right off the bat, crown meals are trash. Don't use them. You might be able to get more kills per hour with the exquisite. That's what I will say about that. But you will be sacrificing 10% life XP from not doing the aromatic pan-fried oyster into whale meat combo. So you'll start off with the pan-fried, and then go, and after 30 minutes is up, you'll do whale meat, and you'll keep rotating that every 30 minutes. So another thing to note is Khalk's fermented wine. So it's not important in this rotation because you'll be overkilling Featherwolves anyways. Plus you'll be sacrificing life XP if you don't go for the aromatic pan-fried oyster. Okay. So elixir buffs. These 4 are the main rotation for elixir buffs. There's a 10-second cooldown, so every 15 minutes you'll do 40 seconds of reapplying these elixirs. I do the party ones because it's more convenient. You'll pop them all at once. You won't have to do so much micro if you did the 10-minute ones. So life XP, self-explanatory, gives you more life XP, levels you up faster. Skilled workers elixir plus 3 gathering gives you the extra gathering that you need. Elixir of flowing wind, you use this with pan fried to get the plus 5 attack speed. Intrepid swiftness, to get the +5 movement speed. So you use these 4 originally, and then to get the crit, you'd use Spirit Perfume Elixir. So these elixirs I have here because they're situational. So if you have like 10 minutes left of your rotation of energy, and you don't want to use another Spirit Perfume, I just have these just to finish the 10 minutes off sometimes. And the Elixir of Remarkable Will, if you're just starting off in hunting and you have like try Manos and below, even Tet, you can pop this elixir and it'll help you tank the Featherwolves better. It helps significantly at lower Manos levels. Alright, and I have these 2 here. Okay, so Verdure Drought, you'll never be able to use it. It's not worth the extra 5% XP because you'll be sacrificing the attack speed that you need, which is a big no-no. Spirit Perfume, I have not done too much testing on Spirit Perfume. I think it might be worth if you're pushing with Cake and other things, but if you want to maximize profit and kills per hour, you will not be using that because it takes the place of Spirit Perfume. Okay. Or it takes the place of one of the buffs, I forgot which one. So, if you're brand new to the game, this is how you can increase energy gain. Kama Savanya buff. And then the Secret Book of Old Moon lets you do the Villa and gives you life XP. So I basically have these on 24/7 when I hunt. Alright, so... And then energy potions. So hunting is more silver per energy. In the sense that it'll take you more time to hunt than it will to gather, but you'll be getting more materials per gather, if that makes sense. So you won't have to use these that much, especially when you're first starting out, but when you're higher end and maxing, you'll be using these pretty regularly if you're doing like 4-hour sessions or like 3-hour. But basically at 520 energy, I can do about 2 hours. And then I have to either stop or pot up. Alright, we have the Matchlock, the Sniper. Sniper you don't want to use during this rotation. Okay. The Butcher Knife. Alright, so this goes into the BSR mechanics. So basically right now all I want to say is you don't want to disrupt BSR. The BSR attack is an AoE shot from the Matchlock that kills a bunch of Featherwolves in an area. So you never want to disrupt that. So what I mean by disrupt that is if you are using a Butcher's Knife, a magic Butcher's Knife, which is non-repairable, and it goes below its durability, which is 0, then you'll have to switch it out and disrupt your BSR. So that will decrease kills per hour because you're wasting BSR. That's why you use a base Logia Butcher Knife. Whether it's Pen, Manos, Butcher Knife, or base Logia, it doesn't matter. They're the same thing in regards to hunting because the mastery on the item does not affect hunting at all. Alright, for the potions, I use extra larges. You can use anything. I think it's more cost efficient to use actual larges, but I use about 475 extra large potions every 2 hours, if that gives you an idea on how many you need to bring. But I am Pen Manos, keep that in mind. Okay. You can also buy these from the tent. So down here are all the mats that are possible from Featherwolves that you'll get. Mainly you'll be getting these 8, 9 over here. Yeah, these 9. And then these are the rare procs. You'll get these pretty regularly. These 4 pretty regularly, but these I get like 1 every like 10 hours, 12 hours. So they're pretty rare. And Mastery procs how many of those can proc. So right now I can proc 3 with my why'd I pull that up? Oh, what am I looking for? Oh yes. So yeah, hunting mastery increases your chance of getting more items from butchering. So as you can see, like 183.9%, which means nothing to you. But just know that it increases the procs of all your mats, which is very important for higher brackets. Okay. There's more information on the Life Skill Discord on how that affects the mats, but just know that more mastery equals more max, obviously. Alright. Alright, let's go over the fairy. So, unless you want to keep mashing 1 the whole time you hunt, it's pretty important to have Miraculous Cheer. I have 4. I haven't tested 3 and below, but I have no problems with 4. You could probably get away with just 2 or 1. As long as you have the auto potion, it'll be good. I usually have it at 670. That's a good spot for it to be, but just put it wherever you need to put it. If you're at a lower DP bracket because of your hunter's clothes, I'd probably put it like 85 or so. Something like that. Alright. Alright, let's go over the Spirit Stones real quick. So, the attack speed on the Destruction Stone actually affects hunting, as do all the other attack speed buffs, like the +% attack speed buffs. So I use this over the Life Spirit Stone because it's more kills per hour, and the Gathering item drop rate does not affect hunting, to my knowledge. I've done a lot of tests, a lot of hours of hunting, and it has not affected my money per hour. Okay. Okay, so I just want to have a brief aside to talk about classes in hunting. So I'm currently a ninja. I've done about 2 hours of testing between ninja and ranger to see who shot faster, and I found out that like ninja can shoot 2 to 3 more rounds per 50 seconds. But take that with a grain of salt. I haven't done very good data on this, but just by feeling and just by looking at videos aside from side and what I've gathered from data perspective from 2 hours of it, it seems to be that these two passives of attack speed do affect hunting. I'd be glad to see if someone can actually prove that, if they have the means to test that. I haven't found a good way to test it. So message me in Discord or whatever to prove that. If it does, then Ninja's the best class. Ranger's movement speed is pretty nice. Valk's innate crit is okay. But if you want to truly min-max hunting, then Ninja's probably the way to go. Okay, let's go about maids and weight management. So, to manage weight, I put meat on the horse. I also parked my horse here. I'll show you why in a bit. But I also made both the hides, the Featherwolf hide, and the blood. That's how I manage that weight, and I put this on the horse, and you should be good to go. Okay. Alright, let's go over the tent. So unfortunately for hunting, if you want to truly min-max it, you're going to have to buy the tent. It's currently $49 on the Pearl store, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of the gate of hunting right now. The main thing I want to talk about with hunting is repairing. If you don't have the tent repair, then you're going to have multiple matchlocks, which disrupt your BSR. Because if you look in the top right, if you equipped another matchlock, it goes to 0. So in the past, before I bought the tent, I had like 8 artisan matchlocks, and I just keep switching them in and out. It was very inefficient, and then I'd have to go to Archer Guard Post and then repair them. But if you truly want to min-max hunting, get a lot more kills per hour. Artisan Matchlock is the way to go with the tent. One more thing with the tent, it's very important to have hotkeys for this rotation. So if I show you, I have Alt R, and then to collect it and recollect it, I have Alt E and Alt Q. I'll show you why that's important. So you can press Alt R, be right at the repair window, and you'll be good to go. Alright, and one more thing about hunting mechanics and the components to it is 901 Mastery and hides. So when you're 901 Mastery, I can actually show you this. If you see that bottom segment there, it shows you the grade of resources you get. So 901 is important because you get the Supreme hides, which you can use to make sharp tooth necklaces in Grana at this workshop here. It costs about 11 CP. So each flawless tooth bracelet takes 1 tooth and 50 hides. They're 5.5 mil each, which is good profit. 5.5 mil if you trade from here all the way to Valencia with the trade buff from sharing. Alright, so recommended life skill gear to hit 901. This is very... I haven't put much thought into it, but like Tet Manos Hunters and Tet Logi accessories is 508 Mastery. And then if you get Master 30 Hunting, which takes about, I'd say about 3 weeks casually, you'll hit 901 Hunting. So if you have like Tri-Manos, you'll be able to hit 901 Hunting pretty fast. But one thing I will note is you always want to go for the Manos Hunters close. The reason being is if you look at the way bottom there at the item effects, hunting XP is given on the Manos Hunters, where if you go to the blue grade Rabao or something like that, you don't get any XP at any level. So that's pretty important to note. And for my rotation, I'd recommend try and up. You can do it with duo. I'll show you that I do it with duo in a bit. But try and up, you'll be pretty comfortable. If you're proccing will with it, you'll be pretty tanky. Alright. So let's go over the matchlock. So when you're hunting, you use a matchlock. One of the core mechanics of increasing kills is the back attack mechanic, which I will show you right now. So if you have attack decisions on, you'll see that I got back attacks there. So back attacks, you'll be able to kill them within 3 shots, and without back attacks, you'll be able to kill them within 4 to 5 shots, depending on if you crit or not. So hold on. So reloading. This is a big important concept for hunting. So you can reload at any shot, 1 through 3. If you're at 0, you can that's the best time to reload. But as you can see, I can walk and reload, but that's a big no-no for my rotation. You want to reload and then shift W. Okay, so that way you can run while you're reloading, which decreases downtime. Alright, I also mentioned this a little while ago. Let me kill this guy real quick. So in the top left, you can see my BSR is accumulating. So you can actually lock BSR when you don't want to use it and unlock it when you do want to use it, which is important for our rotation. So you can lock and unlock it with Alt B. I don't believe you can change the hotkeys, but I haven't looked into it that much because Alt B and Alt B over and over is okay for me. And the last thing with basic matchlock mechanics is rolling. So when you roll, you have an iframe. You can't get attacked by Featherwolves, which is important if you're just thinking about what to do next or unsure about what you should be doing. Just keep rolling side to side with Shift A or Shift D. Alright, so that's basic mechanics for the matchlock. So now I'm going to go into the important mechanics for the rotation. So this is when you incorporate crouching. So crouching lets you shoot faster, and it lets you reload faster as well, which is very important. When I did some testing a while ago, I found that I could shoot about 3 to 4 more rounds of shots per minute, which is pretty big for the rotation. It means more shots, less downtime. Another mechanic with the Matchlock is that you can shoot farther with it. Let me see if I can show you real quick. So right here I can't shoot this wolf, right? But if I crouch, you can see that the reticule pops up. It's a big important part of why crouching is good in the rotation. So another thing with crouching, and I think reloading in general, you can shoot 3 shots, but as soon as the third one's in the air, you can actually proc your reload. So you don't have to wait until your third shot hits. You can actually reload while it's in the air. One more thing is, actually 2 more things. When you want to turn, you only get 90 degrees of view, which is important for the rotation coming up. So you want to, if you want to turn away from wolves because back attacking will mess up your shots, you just press A and then move your camera towards that direction, or D and turn it towards that direction. And this goes to the last thing, ghost shots and musket desync. To avoid desync as much as possible, you can see I hide my name here. So you can actually hide your name in general, show hide, so you can see my name here. A lot of hunters, you'll probably notice, have their reticule up here. With this rotation, you can't have it up there because it'll desync your shots. So you'll have to put away your fancy icon that you work so hard for, and then you'll lower your camera all the way to above your head, like so. This makes it so you're more parallel when you're shooting, and your musket's not in the ground when you're shooting. It just helps a lot. Okay, so let's get into the actual rotation, because all I've been doing is talking. So there's a lot to this rotation. I'm just going to do a full rotation first to show you what it's like, and then I'll break it down into sections. Alright, so let's do the rotation first. Firstly, you want to kill this Featherwolf with back attacks. Always put your tent here, because I'll show you why. Alright, so when you kill this Featherwolf, you can actually reload at the same time. Repair at the same time. So you'll be gathering and repairing, which is 0 time lost with the repair. Make sure your buffs are popped. Pan-fried oyster, and then I just go 1 through 4 here, with spirit perfume going with 1. Alright, and then run reload to this Featherwolf. Back attack it. Make sure this is on. Alright, notice how I'm aiming there when I sit down. That means I can have a 90 degree to shoot all these wolves. But I'll explain that the next time I do this rotation. Okay. Another mechanic with the Matchlock is you want to make sure you're not holding down your shots. That means holding LMB the whole time. You want to click every shot and hold. I click and hold every shot. I don't know why it is, but it just makes your musket desync less. So run and reload. Go to the left of this blue flower patch here. Crouch down and aim at this Featherwolf. It's hard to see with the camera, but you'll get used to it. Shoot those 2. And then shoot those 2. There might be a Featherwolf over there. And sometimes he might get stuck behind that tree. So what you'll do is you'll kill these 4 and wait for it to unstick itself from behind that tree. And if it doesn't, then sometimes I just skip it if it's too out of the way. But you never want to stand up and shoot it and reload and stand up in the same place. It's not worth it. So I go to the left of this bush. I hit this fennel. So this is an important section. So you only kill this fennel if you're overkilling the Featherwolves. Once you get to min-max, which is about 500 kills, 490 kills, you'll start to see that the Featherwolves start spawning very slowly. Or they're not spawning it fast enough. That's when you kill the fennel. Okay, so I kill the Fennel. I kill all the Featherwolves. I'm not explaining everything directly, I'm just trying to show the rotation initially. The next rotation I'll show you how you actually look at it. Okay, so gather all of these. You can control gather as well. I do it sometimes if they're really out of the way. But that's only if they're super out of the way. You can just move your mouse around and gather that way if it's more comfortable. See, like control gathering, have the next Featherwolf queued up. Or you can just go and look at it. Both are fine. Alright, so that was one rotation. So I will try to explain how exactly the rotation works. So kill this. You always back attack these. I got lucky with the 2-shot crit there. Run reload. Go to this one, back attack it. So 2 back attacks. There and there. Go to the blue fire patch, run reload, shoot it, run reload again, crouch down, face this way, kill this one in 3 shots. Or miss the shot because you got back attacked. I like to call that one the sprinkler, where I just shoot the 3 wolves in an arc. That's probably really dumb, but that's how I remember how to explain it to people. Sometimes the back attacks usually disrupt your hits, but once you hunt for a while and understand the mechanics better, you'll know when you can withstand a back attack and when not to. You can actually shoot in between their back attacks, which you'll just realize by experience. So I always aim at this one, shoot these 2, they always be in the same spot. You can see that this one spawned this time over there. And another important mechanic when you're pulling all these wolves, the reason you pull all the wolves is it accumulates BSR faster, which lets you use BSR every other rotation. And it lets you get all of them low before they start to hit you as well. So I don't kill them before they get to me. I'll just get them as low as I can. Which you'll have to balance out between if you're about to crit them, or you could crit them and kill them far away, that's when you don't attack them. So I didn't really explain this part very well, but you'll know you'll be going fast, by the way, if these 2 Featherwolves haven't spawned yet. So this part here, you want to go aside this Ivy. The reason you do that is you don't want to aggro this Featherwolf, because you can back attack that Featherwolf and it decreases time. So you want to go to the right of this bush, attack the Fennel if you're over clearing. If not, then just kill the Featherwolves regularly. But this is a BSR rotation, so I'll kill the the Fennel here, and then I'll aggro all the Featherwolves. Roll out. Stop at the beginning of this patch here. Go over here, get a back attack here because the BSR attack doesn't always one-shot. And then that was your BSR. I unlocked it there, and then I'm going to lock it again if you look in the top left here. I unlocked it for the shot, and I locked it again for the actual hit. And then that, you'll just keep doing this over and over. So every other rotation, you'll be able to use BSR. If you're not over clearing, just kill the Featherwolves for now, until you're comfortable. If you're having trouble with killing and you're getting destroyed by the Featherwolves, use Remarkable Will, it helps a lot. But I'm going to show you what this rotation looks like with Duo Manos equivalent. So 205, Duo Manos is 207, but I'll just show you exactly how it plays out. I'm actually going to prop Will real quick too. Okay, so decrease downtime, repair while you're gathering, go to here, same rotation. Just showing you what it looks like with low DP. So with low DP, you can actually just face this way and take your time with pulling them. If you saw before, I was pulling them all because I wanted as much BSR as possible, but you should be fine with just pulling a small amount like this. especially when you're first starting out. It might be a little tricky to land all the shots. But as you can see, like my health hasn't gone below 50%. This might change in a second here because this part's a little dicey. So actually if I'm low DP, I just try to... See how they're almost like one crit away, by the way? So that's when you stop shooting them and move on to another wolf. I'd pull like 3 over there and then the 2 over here to decrease the amount of times you're gonna get hit. Alright. This music in the background is throwing me off. YouTube is on some rampage or something. Okay. Up here, kill the funnel if you're overclearing. You'll know you're overclearing if these wolves aren't spawning by the time you get up here. Alright. Health is still good. Not getting back attacked. Okay, no problems. This is duo Manos. Alright, so that's basically the rotation. There's a lot of in-depth mechanics into it, but it's not worth explaining because if you look at it closely, you'll see why I'm doing some of the things I'm doing. Oh, that Featherwolves up there. But if you have any other questions about the rotation or any ways to make it better, feel free to DM me in LifeSkill Discord. I don't really use YouTube often, so the comments, I'll read them for about a month after this video releases, but after that I'll probably leave it aside because I'll be doing other things. But I'm also starting to stream on Twitch. That will be in the description below. I'll also put a bunch of good resources for hunting for new players, including a profit calculator and hunting XP calculator. Those are provided by Bearist and Vilu. Very good guys. Helped me a lot. Thank you to everybody that's ever helped me with hunting. I hope this guide gave a lot of insight, and I'm excited to see how many kills you guys can get. Okay, later.